Good evening, everyone. We're actually live tonight. This is Deborah Jones, your Blue Table Talk host. And tonight we have some great guests for tonight that will be talking to you about a benefit concert that will be coming real soon to Houston, Texas. But before we get started, I always like to talk about COVID. And so as we go on from day to day, you know that we need to have our shots. Some of us should have had our shots a long time, our vaccine a long time ago. But since you haven't had it, go ahead out and get your vaccine. You have vaccine one, vaccine two, and then you have the booster. The boosters are out for everyone. The Moderna and the Pfizer. Johnson even have theirs out. Now we have vaccines for the children, which is awesome. If your child, I'm not going to say if because they do need to be vaccinated. I know that when I was in school, before I started school, I had to get a vaccination. So it's okay. It's okay to vaccine your child to so that they can be safe as well. Because a lot of children have all these nasal problems, and then they're in school, and then you never know what happened. They get the fever, they get nasal, they get a sore throat, they get everything that COVID is having that you have for COVID. So get your child vaccine. Think about it, pray on it, and get your child vaccine for with the COVID. Now tonight we're having with us. You can see across the screen DML Real Estate Investors along with HOB Entertainment. So we're going to talk to them tonight and see what's going on, what's going on in Houston, Texas, put it like that. What's going on in Houston, Texas that we as Beaumonters need to support them as well as around the city, the complex, Houston, Port Arthur, Orange, Lake Charles, and whomever. We need to support them. But before we get started, we're going to ask them to introduce themselves, and then we'll ask questions from them there, and then we'll hear what's going on. Okay, we'll start with LaJuan, and this is LaJuan Bailey, so she's going to introduce herself, and then we'll go around.
Okay, so yes, my name is LaJuan Bailey. I currently live in Missouri City, which is a suburb of Houston. I am one of the owners of DML Real Estate Investors, which is a construction company out here in Houston. We do rehabs, we do property management, we also sell houses, and then we're new construction as well. So that's me. And I have here with me also my sorority sister, Keisha Dillard.
Good evening, Deborah. I'm Keisha Dillard. I'm actually from the Dallas area. My background's in cosmetics and event planning, and I'm just so excited to be helping my soror with this huge event.
Mayor Hines?
Hi, I'm Sandra Nancy Hines, Honorary Mayor of Sunnyside, Houston Civil Rights Activist, Atlanta Library of Peace co-founder. Actually, recently, I have been nominated as the president of TCAL. It's the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. So I've been working feverishly at all times with drugs, gangs, crime, seniors, veterans, homeless, and just pretty much anything dealing with, people that are doing without.
Okay, so I know what's going on. So, but I know my listening audience does not know what's going on. But tell me, along with my listening audience, how long have the production company been together, and are all you guys a part of it, or what?
So, for one night only, which is the night of the concert benefit that we're throwing, we have been working on this pretty much since the summer. So we have reached out to Chris Brown, Bryson Tiller, and Monica as the celebrities to help us and host this benefit to raise money for hurricane relief, for Hurricane Ida, and then subsequently Hurricane Nicholas that actually affected me and my construction company, because we're building a subdivision out in Angleton, Texas right now. So when Hurricane Nicholas came, we took a direct hit, for that. So then we got together and we said, okay, this is problematic. This happens with us every summer. Some people get together and try to, send funds or send materials down. But this time it was really bad because my husband's from New Orleans. So he was like, this is just terrible. It was his family had to come and stay with us during Ida for like 10 days. lights, no power, just the whole shenanigans again from Katrina all over again.
Right.
So he said, well, this time we in a position now where we can try to help out. So that's why we sought after these artists. We tried to go with the most popular ones where people would want to come out and support the event. And I teamed up with Mayor Hines through a friend and found out she was on the same page with the hurricane relief. And we've kind of hit the ground running since then. So pretty much for the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've been, working together.
Well, I just heard Mayor Hines speaking about feeding the homeless and feeding, whomever. And so, is this how y'all met? Keisha, how did Keisha, yourself, and Mayor Hines meet? How did y'all pull together?
Well, Keisha and I have known each other for probably about 35 years or so. We actually went to college together at Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we're members of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. So we're already service oriented. So this was just second nature for us because we've been doing this all along for 30 plus years. So when I called on her and a few of my other sorority sisters and said, hey, I think we're going to try to do something for the hurricane relief efforts. She's such a great organizer. And she, when she worked for L'Oreal, she used to do this type of thing, organize event planning or whatever, because this is going to be at the Toyota Center. And, I'm in construction. So I said, I may need a little help as far as organizing that part of it. I'm usually building like the Toyota Center. I don't do all the decorations on the inside and the staging. So yeah, she decided to come on and join with me so we could get it done. And then, like I said, Mayor Hines was actually having an event and I was asked to come. And when I met her there, I think she was already collecting items that they needed for the hurricane relief. Mm-hmm. And then I told her, I said, this is what we're doing. She said, yeah, I heard that. So I came, met her. And then after that, I've been rounding up supplies because, those people can't wait until, our benefit for them to be receiving the items they need. Because this happened to them over 60 days ago,
Right.
And they need help like right now.
Right. So is it Louisiana the only state you're trying to help or what?
No. Here in Houston too.
Right. Because
we still have people that have issues from Harvey from 2017. It's not, people don't talk about it anymore and people don't realize that lives have been lost, and people are still healing from that and they just don't have anywhere to live. Some of their houses were just annihilated. So they're in tents, it's just bad. It's worse in Louisiana than it is here now, but people need it too. We're just a few people. We're trying to get to as many people as we can.
Right. Let me talk to my listening audience for a minute. Everybody, go ahead and hit your share button and let them know that we have certain artists. I'm sorry, we have the production company on Blue Table Talk tonight. So hit your share button so people can come on and join us. Okay, we're back with you guys. So what are some? I know you're trying to get Chris Brown and Monica. Not trying, you're getting Chris Brown.
No, we did. He's on our show. Chris Brown.
Okay, not trying, you're getting.
No, he's on our show. It's being promoted right now.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's Chris Brown, Bryson Tiller, and Monica, and then a new up and coming artist named Tone that actually writes a lot of Chris Brown songs. So they collectively, I was surprised because Chris Brown doesn't take private shows. He does not. So he's usually booked through Live Nation. Right. And you can't just call him up, hey, can you come and do a show? He does not do that. So I'm really honored and thankful that he decided to jump on because, it's a good cause. So
is this your first show that you guys put together or what?
No. I've done some promotions. I mean, I've been doing real estate for 22 years. So I'm mostly that, but I've thrown shows before, so this isn't new to me. It's the biggest one I've done. Right. It's the biggest arena I've done. And especially with these particular artists, definitely. So yeah, it's quite challenging.
But can I just say that what drew me to the project is the passion that she has for this and the passion that she has for jumping in and helping others. She's got the biggest heart. Not everybody does that. Not everybody just puts the passion that she does into just helping those who need it to advocating for others.
Right.
And so that's what drew me specifically to this project. LaJuan is all about that. And yes, she's going to make sure to put on a great show. But what's been first and foremost in her heart is to make sure that she's giving and that she's advocating for people who can't advocate for themselves. So.
Right. You know, I met LaJuan. I met LaJuan a week ago. Probably, I think it was a week ago, and it was genuine. The way I met it, you know, I was out eating. And I said, since you're in Beaumont, you know, big city, Beaumont, Texas. You know, I know y'all heard Beaumont. And since you're in Beaumont, why don't you pass by? And because I'm at the restaurant where I'm always at somebody's restaurant, and I'm eating. So she did. She came by and we had the greatest conversation. And thank you for being the person that you are. And because it was really genuine. We just started talking, just clicked. I mean, and what you're saying, Keisha, it is true. She has the biggest heart, and you know, you can tell people. And I'm the type of person I can read a person, you know. And she was just genuine, you know. And I was like, sure, I'll be more than happy to do, you know, whatever you want to be done. And of course, we changed the day, but how many times? About 3 or 4 times.
As long as we're here now, it's okay.
I'm known to not write stuff down, and I said, oh, I can't do it that night. I gotta do it then. Please don't. You know, I didn't want to get mad at me because when I'm the type, I'm a woman of my word. And if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. If I say I'm not gonna do it, trust me, I'm not gonna do it. You know. But then I told her I was gonna do it, and you know, bring you guys on, and here we are. So I'm glad of that. Mayor, let me ask you a question because I've never heard of an honorary mayor before. Because when Keisha texted me and said honorary mayor, she said Mayor Sandra Hines will be with us. I said, wait, I thought Sylvester Turner was mayor. So she's an honorary mayor. So tell me exactly what is honorary. What do you do?
Sylvester Turner is the honorable mayor of Houston, and I am the honorary community mayor. I was chosen back in the early, mid 80s by members of the media who viewed me serving in the capacity that I mentioned to you all before, helping with jobs for veterans, jobs for young people, investing in gangs and crime, and having information on where seniors and women with children can go for assistance and resources, which is what I'm still doing today. So as an honorary mayor, I probably do more toward the people as far as on the ground, paying attention to people from the feet up. And he pays attention to the city as a whole with some, I think, almost 3 million people in the city. So he paid direct attention to like the utilities, so to speak, infrastructure, the bigger things. And me, I'm looking at individuals. I'm looking at souls. I'm looking at the person where they are in their circumstances, dealing with evictions, hunger, and things of that nature. So LaJuan was exactly correct in saying that people are still in need after these storms. And I know a lot of people forgot about the Texas winter storm. So we've had all these different hurricanes, and then we had a winter storm that just pretty much crippled all of Texas. It crippled us in that many of the people who had weak roofs, who had weak homes, incorrect pipes and things of that nature burst. Everything happened. Everything froze. People, water burst through pipes. It was coming down from the ceiling. It just looked like a waterfall. So we went weeks. Everybody went weeks without water. People went weeks without heat. And homes, like days or weeks after that winter storm, the homes just caved in. So from all of those storms battering, like she said, Nicholas, Harvey, Ida, And then the winter storm, we've pretty much been beaten up pretty good. So people are still needing things like simple things like water and food, utilities being paid, repairs. And there's nobody that's really doing that. You know, and the government is focused on it,
Mhm.
but what happens when they're too slow? They're going to call the advocates in the community. And so we pay direct attention and try to get resources and people in to try to help, you know, things that we can realistically accomplish in a short period of time.
Right, right. Uh, I was talking to LaWan earlier, and I mentioned to her that doing a benefit is great because there people we need that. And about a week ago, we had a tornado to come through, and I mean, you got no one has mentioned anything about people who were just disrupted from that tornado,
Mhm.
and it tore up a lot of homes, and so you know I want to know because this has happened before that you guys doing a benefit, how would they receive the money? Because when they once before, I think it was what's her name? It's from Houston, Texas, the dancer. And I'm a little old school, so
I don't know who you're referencing.
Beyonce, maybe?
Beyonce did a
Oh,
Beyonce.
She's like a little dancer,
The little dancer.
multi-platinum artist.
She did a little benefit, and she was supposed to give the money. They were supposed to give the money to Houston and through Red Cross, and I mean, they never did get it.
Well, see, now let me just, I'm going to address that because I need people to understand where I'm coming from. So me being a construction company,
Mhm.
what I'm set out to do is not necessarily just write the checks out and give them to the Red Cross or politicians or whatever, and then I don't know who got what and whoever needed. That's not what we plan to do. Me and my sorority sisters are going to get in our trucks. We're going to Louisiana, Angleton, or whatever, and we're actually going to have my contractors there. And our intent is to buy the materials on site, go to these houses that need the repairs, and actually do them. So the funds that I receive will be paying my contractors to go in and get these people off the ground. So the ones that are sleeping in tents that are still out there, because that is happening, they don't have, they've got hotel vouchers from FEMA, but if you look at it from the hotel perspective, the contractors are out there, they're actually paying. So which one would you take? The hotel contract, the contractors that are paying, or FEMA vouchers? So that's kind of what gets those people on the outs again, because now you've got all the people that are coming there that's trying to help, and they're taking up all the hotel space. So now where are they supposed to go? So my focus is to get them back in their houses. So that's what I want to do. I want the materials. I want to pay for the labor. It's not going to cost me what it costs other people to hire contractors, because they price gouge people in bad situations. I know what the prices need to be. I can pay them, have the guys go in and get them, like I say, off the ground and back in their houses. And I want to do as many as I can, what we raise, what it allows me to do.
Right.
So that was the focus.
Right.
And may I say something?
Yes.
I have been getting a lot of calls, so I do know that there's still a lot of families, not only there, but here, that are desperate in need. And they're saying that FEMA really isn't providing enough or anything. Some are not getting anything. People's homes are still in disarray or not there, actually. And they're trying to make them move off the property because there's no homes or anything. And so some of the seniors were kind of like crying and said, well, where do we go? You all keep telling us to go to Texas. They said, we don't have a car. We don't drive. We don't have anywhere we can go. And so it caused us here to try to work a little bit more feverishly. And even though we're like grassroots community, we're not businesses and organizations. I really appreciate LaWan for jumping in and helping the community to be able to serve itself. And we were able to take portions of our collected items, truckload, and collaborate with the fire department, some of the staff there, and they received a truck, and firefighters helped pay for the gas. I had come from Leland in her name to help me with the collections. That's how LaJuan met us. We did a big event for the Sunnyside Original National Night Out, in which the mayor came out, the Congresswoman Lee, Congressman Green, a lot of the representatives came out, attorneys, different people. And so we were collecting items at that event. So in turn, we took those items to put them in a storage, and we continued to try to focus on businesses and different people who would come and cooperate with us. And so several of the clubs in the community opened their doors through Aisha, Albritton. And so we were able to utilize those clubs and make donations to be dropped off. And we did a red carpet affair. So those persons that came by and dropped off a donation, we did red carpet interviews. And LaJuan was one of those persons that we interviewed, being generous to the community. Matter of fact, more than generous to the community. And we had others, Dr. Flowers from HCC. I mean, people just reached out to us from everywhere. Artists, musicians, different people came out to collaborate with us in collecting the donation.
So LaJuan, a question. What do you want Beaumont as a whole? Beaumont put out the orange, or anybody that's listening, what do you want us as a whole to do?
Well, it's a couple of things. I just don't want people to forget what's going on here in Houston, what's transpired in Beaumont with your tornadoes, like you're saying, and in Louisiana. I want, we're asking for your support for the concert so that we can raise money so we can do more. And just be mindful about everybody, because this goes on every year, June the 1st through November 30th, every year. You know, we hold our breath, and we hope it's not our turn, you know, because we're behind. You know, we can't even catch up with what happened with Harvey in 2017, you know, so now we're in 2021, we're going into 2022, and we're still behind. So I just need people to collectively think about what's going on. And because it's not in our face right now, we still need to remember that these people need some help.
Yeah, it could be.
They need some help.
Yes. Yeah, great. So, are there any other projects that you plan on doing? I mean, I know you got to get over this one first. Are there any other projects you plan on doing to help with the hurricane victims?
Oh yeah, because like I say, it's an ongoing issue. So after this show that we're doing, we'll get with Mayor Hines, and I think one of the other artists that's going to be on the show, they call him Trey the Truth. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's an artist here, a local artist in Houston. They're actually doing something right now to raise money for what happened with Astroworld. They're on that today. But then we've got turkey drives. So I don't know, Mayor Massey, if we're going to have turkeys going to Louisiana. I know I'm going to bring some down to Angleton. And in this community, I don't know if you're going to go to Louisiana. We hadn't talked about if we're going to go there before then.
Well, actually,
a big thank you to Mayor Hines, because when we brought this to her, she was like on it. LaJuan talks about like her boots on the ground strategy, but Mayor Hines, she is boots on the ground,
For
and
sure.
she just went at it and started connecting them. So thank you so much. Thanks.
she did the same with me. I mean, she said, "What do you need right now? What can I help you with right now?" And she went out for 2 days and she did that. And so with what she gave us lastly, it was great. And I'm understanding from the firemen that took the truck down, the people were really pleased, because I don't think they're giving like brooms and mops and blankets. That's kind of what we were contributing, as well as disinfectant and things of that nature. Yeah, she really did help us, and she had a large amount
Yeah.
yeah, so we are still trying to do what we can to help Louisiana, but I've also got to focus on my seniors here who are in need.
Right.
And
That hit home
so
first. Right.
every year we try to give out turkeys, but every year people wait to the last minute to tell me they have turkeys to give, and it's just really, it's really not good to wait to the last minute because you have to notify the people who really have a need. Otherwise, they come by and they just give out to whoever can get there.
Right.
And so I'm trying to help because we have people that are generally like on dialysis 2-3 times a week and they can't get out to everything. We have
Right.
people that's on oxygen that I work with. And so I'm thankful to the congressional leaders and to some representatives who do help me try to look out. But this year it's been quiet. Nobody's saying anything. It's almost like, people are not thinking about the underserved. There's a lot of parties, a lot of events going on, but these people that are struggling here after the storms and hurricanes, look, they're still asking for water. I just had a 100-year-old ask for water 2 days ago. She need water and incontinence. And today I had a call from the 108. We just honored them for the Cinderella Affair we did August 26th. We honored seniors from 60 to 108. Well, the 108 just expired Tuesday. And so they said they couldn't find my number. The phone broke and my number was only in the phone. So there are a lot of things that's going on. And I'm just basically trying to meet people bare minimum needs.
Right. I know for a fact that the people in Beaumont, I can only speak for my church. I'm a member of Antioch Baptist Church, where Reverend John Adolph is a pastor, and he's from Houston. And so he has always, anytime this goes on, we always get truckloads, not just one truck, several trucks together and take everything out to Louisiana. So that's what, that's we're doing to help Louisiana. But like you said, it's their time. They've been hit several times. You never know, it might be our time next.
Right.
So my hat goes off to you, LaJuan, and your entourage for what you guys are doing. And I'm stretching out to Beaumont, and Port Arthur and Orange, the triplex. We need to support. We need to support people that are doing the right thing to help people who are in need, and we appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about the concert.
Okay, so the concert is scheduled now for November 21st, which is next Sunday. So, like I say, we've got tickets on sale at the toyotacenter.com. That's where you can get them. We expect to have a good time. That's what I can tell you about.
Absolutely.
When people are spending their money and it's going to a good cause, we want them to still have a good time. So, Keisha.
I know that there is a plan to really highly honor this show. As I said before, those collaborating with me to try to come and say thank you for the service that they're doing to our community and to Louisiana and those people that were affected. We have some of the political representatives that are coming. I did send information to see whether or not our own mayor would be coming or send something. And LaJuan, I don't think I told you that there are dignitaries coming from, I think I know America, but there may be some coming from around the globe that our mayor is going to be engaged with, but he is still looking at his schedule to see if there's a way he can get out, because that starts at 8.
Right.
And you need us to be there at 7. But we have confirmations from State Representative Ron Reynolds and our Congressman Al Green. And Congresswoman Lee is actually looking over it right now, and I'm sure that she will be a part of it as well.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Now,
Thank
you
you.
said the concert is November 21st.
Yes, it's scheduled for November 21st right now.
Okay, so I need to be there because the next day is my birthday. So
Oh,
I definitely need to be there. How much are the tickets for the concert?
well, they range. They start at like $100 and go up. So those floor seats are a little bit more expensive.
I'm sorry, it was an echo. So can you repeat yourself?
No, I said they start at like $100 and they go up.
Okay.
Like the floor seats or whatever.
Right.
I think they're the highest ticket's like $450 or something like that. So, but between $100 and $450.
Between 100 and 450.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And it's at the Toyota Center?
It's the Toyota Center, and tickets can be purchased at toyotacenter.com. It's where the Rockets play.
Right. Let me go to my audience and see what they're saying. I see some writing on here on the wall, so let me see.
Okay.
One of them said, "What about the capacity? Would that stop letting people in at a certain number?"
Well, yes. So the Toyota Center, when you enter there with your ticket, you have a seat. So there's only 11,000 seats that can be sold. So there's not going to be more people than that. It's in the audience. But aside from the artists and the production team and stuff like that, but they're in the back. So they'll be, we don't have that issue, and there's a lot of security there.
Yeah. Plenty of room and plenty of security.
I know there's someone on here right now, and it's going to come up about the Travis Scott concert and the death there and everything else that happened there. How will you reassure the public that won't happen there? And what kind of security will you have to stop everything?
Well, at the Toyota Center, when you book that venue, their security is HPD. Okay. So we cannot have more people than the venue can hold and allow. They won't allow that. So they come in and they scan your tickets. It's not even set up the same way because with that, it was more so like a festival. Right. And it's outside, standing room. That's not what this is. This is an arena with seats. So like I say, when you have a ticket, you have a seat. There's ushers. They escort you to your seat. So it's not anything. It's way more organized and structured is the only thing I can say. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to add something to it. Because it was outside, they had, I believe they said like 200 persons that did not have a ticket that decided they were going to get in, and so they broke the fence to get in.
Right.
And so at the Toyota Center, it's different. It's secured in that you're not going to have people that don't have a ticket bum rushing to get through the doors. And then too, you have to understand that the Chris Brown and Monica are more mature artists, and the audience will be more mature. And those persons that came for Travis Scott came from all over the U.S. Mm-hmm. And I think they like the fact that when music is played, they can dance, and they call it a rave. And so they can just shake off their frustrations, and they're jumping and bouncing and all of those things. But Chris Brown and Monica, you can expect something different. You can expect a more mature audience.
Absolutely.
Right.
As you have more mature artists.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just in case, because people don't forget. People and
it's really soon. So I understand.
Yeah. People don't forget, and it's real soon after this event, and they're charging Travis Scott for it, which I think, that's me personally talking. I don't believe he had anything to do with it. I don't believe he said, go kill this person or go do this to that person. But you don't want them to come on you as a production company and say, hey,
for sure.
Yeah, this is what happened, and you got to pay for this, and you got to pay for that. So you've got to have everybody in place, where they need to be, and so,
Well, I will say this: even prior to the unfortunate um, catastrophe at Astroworld, we are just still structured and organized. Okay, so I have a really good production team, and just the type of person I am, I don't like chaos. I don't like disorder. So I've surrounded myself with the type of people that are like-minded and things are structured and organized. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm backstage, what people don't see. That's a structured and organized group back there. It's several of us. So we have everybody that knows where they need to be at whatever time to make sure that things go smoothly. And not just so me, Chris Brown's camp, they demand that. So they don't like to come in a situation where it's chaos. I've never, known of him having any type of shows like that. Monica either, like we say, Bryson Tiller either, because they're just a more mature artist with a more mature audience, And then there's too, like people when they go to the arena to these type of shows, they like to dress up. They want to be in their heels and their clothes. They're not in tennis shoes and shorts and this and that and just hanging out. Even the people coming, they don't want to get out there and get in any kind of trouble.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I don't foresee that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure we do everything we can to make that we don't have an episode like that. I mean, for everybody, I'm sure all promoters are thinking that way.
Right.
And this is for a specific cause too. So I think just the whole, it's just going to be a different feel and even the artists, it's a different feel because they know they're doing it for a special cause. So I don't even think we're going to have those kind of issues. So.
Right. We're gonna pray that it won't be that kind of issue. Prayer works.
It does. I believe it.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so let me see what a person says. She said, "Well, yeah, we've already answered it. This might have already been asked, but who are the performers of the concert?" That's Chris Brown, Monica,
and Bryson Tiller.
And who? It was one more.
Tone. His name's Tone. Yes.
Now,
Tone.
Braxton, Tiller, and Tone, you can already know because I can't even say the name. I don't even know who they are. Now I know Monica and I know Chris Brown. Yes. But the other two, are they on the younger generation side, or are they closer to the mature side?
Bryson is in between, actually. He's a bridge, I would say, between Monica and Chris. Okay. So he caters to both. Okay. And he's a multi-platinum artist. He's got songs with Rihanna, a lot of different artists and solo project. He also is a good songwriter. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't know on a lot of other artists that actually he wrote those songs.
Who used to pick the artists to come out?
I'm sorry?
Who used to choose the artists to come out? Is it you or your whole team?
I do.
She is determined.
I said, you know what? Who is gonna come here and help us raise money so I can go and save all the people I want to save? And I'm just thinking. I said, I'm gonna call and see if I can get Chris Brown, because I know a few people in the industry and people are like, he doesn't do private shows. I said, you don't think so? They're like, no, he does not do private shows. And mind you, it wasn't like it was the first attempt either. I had to keep after them. I'm like, okay, give me a valid reason why you won't do this, and then I'll try to accept that.
Right.
And I think I just wore them down. I think that's what happened. And they said, you know what? We're going to give you this date. I said, really? He said, yeah, we're going to give you this date. And I was like, oh my God. I was pretty happy. Right. I said, so I know a lot of people love him. I remember when Michael Jackson passed away, and everybody was like, who is it that can do this tribute to him? And it wasn't but two people. It was Chris Brown and Usher. Yeah, sure. That was the only two that people were talking about that could get him. And then, it was Chris, and he was on it. I watched something the other day and I was like, wow, he can really do his moves. He went through the whole Thriller video and step for step. I said, he's talented. He's gifted. He really is.
Now, what time is the concert?
Well, the doors open at 7, but it's from 8 to 12.
8 to 12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, so Mayor, this question is going to you. It says, is by you being mayor, honorary mayor, is that like mayor pro tem?
No, it is not. It is a non-paid position. And actually, my position is as mayor is may order be restored under Christ. I am a runner for Christ.
Amen.
365 days out of
That's
the
for sure.
year.
Yeah.
I don't get a vacation.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't have sponsors. I
Christ
don't have
does.
ready-made staff. I use the people that come to the venues that I do, trying to serve the community, providing enough food to feed people in 18 counties sometimes. Even at a Martin Luther King event, 100 pallets of food went out to the community everywhere. During Christmas of this past Christmas, 2,200 boxes of food for seniors ages 60 and up. And I served 18 different counties. They had to come in and pick it up. It wasn't being shipped out. They had to come and pick it up. And so every Tuesday, 2,200 boxes went out. And almost every week, there is food or some type of service being provided for the community, just strictly for the community. It has nothing to do with policy or anything like that. It's simply addressing the needs of the community and then feeding them.
Awesome.
Right. That's awesome. That's all, because you can't find too many people like that do it just because,
Right.
So Keisha, what is your role in it?
So I'm actually head of like hospitality, making sure the artists have everything that they need, making sure that they get where they need to be at, whatever time they're scheduled. Also just making sure that we have like a very organized way of making sure the staff versus the production versus the artist, so we know who everybody is and everybody knows where they should or shouldn't be. So that's what I'm doing. I'm everything organization wise. So.
And what with Aisha never didn't get a chance to come on. So what is Aisha?
She's like a production assistant. So I have one guy that's running point. That's Barry Wallace, and he's actually out of California.
Mm-hmm.
His company is That's Hilarious, and he does a lot of comedy. Really good friends with anybody, any comic that you can think of. He's booked and produced their shows. Cat Williams, Bill Bellamy, just all the big ones or whatever. And he jumped on and was like, "This is going to be awesome. I'm going to make sure that it is from the production standpoint." So as Keisha says, she runs point on the hospitality. Barry and Aisha run point on the production. That's lights, cameras, action. That's them.
And you're gonna make sure everybody does their job, right?
Absolutely. I will be running circles around the Toyota Center, so I'm breaking into shoes right now.
I am so excited, about this, because I like seeing us get out and do what we need to do to help our people and to help anyone, really. It's just not our people, because our people is not the only one that's suffering. Just people, and just have people in general. And it just makes my heart overflow that you take the time out, you and your entourage take your time out to even present something that is respectable, because a lot of stuff that they put out there, you're like, I don't want to be a part of that, or no, that that's what they're going to do with the money. And I know I've been there before with them, and know, but I talk to other people. When you contacted me, I Googled you. I'm gonna let you know I Googled you, and I asked people about you, and some people that I know that would know you, and from Houston. Yeah, okay, she cool, So, but I'm well known in my city. So you can talk to people about me. Oh yeah, she has a great personality. She's cool and everything. But if you never hear anything negative about somebody, then you need to jump on that bandwagon, and help them do whatever they need to be done.
Absolutely.
So you guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all and everything that y'all trying to do. But I want you to go ahead again and to announce about the concert and to so everybody to know, and that to let them know that this is not a Travis Scott thing. This is Chris Brown, Monica, and they've been out there forever. You know.
Yes.
So we all know about them. So go ahead and announce it again so that everybody can hear it.
So we're calling it the One Night Only, and it is next Sunday, November 21st, and doors open at 7, and it's from 8 to 12. So it is a benefit that we've targeted the hurricane victims from. We're saying Ida and Nicholas, but really we just want to be resources for our people here locally, Louisiana, or Angleton, Freeport, Lake Jackson, all those people, and the Golden Triangle too, because I'm from Port Arthur. You didn't tell them that. So I know about the Golden Triangle.
You know about that complex.
Yes, I
Go ahead.
Yes. So we just want to be a resource out there, and I'm just so glad that I have my sorority sisters because they've been behind me. And sometimes I get down and I get frustrated. I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to do more because, like I say, these people can't wait. Now they can't wait for our concert. So we're constantly doing things, you know, behind the scenes that people don't see. So they can't just say, oh, they're just doing that to raise money, because we're already doing it and we haven't even raised all the money. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even finished with the concert, and we're definitely, you know, getting with Mayor Hines and getting these products to them that they need so we can help out. And it's not just so much the hurricane people either. I mean, like she said, it's the elderly. You know, they need a lot of things, and people forget about the elderly. So whatever we could do, we try to help.
So how could someone contact you guys and so that they can, you know, you don't want people just bombarding you, you know, with questions and everything, because that's what this podcast is about. Mm-hmm. But how can people contact you guys to see if what's coming up next, or what you guys need them to do or whatever?
Well, for me, you can reach me at DML Real Estate Investors LLC at gmail.com. You can email me with Mayor Hines. I think she has another email address that she can give, correct?
Right. It's under Sandra.MASSIE.Hines, HINES @gmail.com.
We also have an email for the event. It's dml.ono21, one night only 21, ono21 @gmail.com. So dml.ono21 @gmail.com.
I see if I put this right. I know you said one night only. I'm gonna put one night only. Is this right?
dml.ono21 @gmail.com.
Yeah, you know I'm good.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we can do that. You can do that. So guys, yes, we need to support, you know, everybody that we can that is helping everyone who's a hurricane victim. Like they said, they're not just going to have their resources and just put it in, give it to somebody, Red Cross or whatever. They're taking it there themselves. You build a house
on the ground. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. If I could help you build a house, boo, I would. I would, girl. I'd put my boots on and we'll go. But
yeah. We got our pink and green hard hats and our pearls.
Lady AKA people.
That's right.
Absolutely.
What do you want to leave our audience with, or is there anything else that you want to talk to them about, or what? Any of you guys, all three of you guys?
Well, I want to say something that wasn't mentioned. Chris Brown and Monica and Bryson, they're like R&B artists, soul artists. So they're not there with like wild music or anything like that. So I think, you know, for those mature persons that want to have that night out, this would be a great opportunity for them to come and just sit and relax and hear some mature music
Right.
by some great and long-standing artists who are really award-winning artists.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very true.
I want to say it's just an honor to be part of the project, and I look forward to working with Mayor Hines and with Sarah Lawan on future projects. But everybody go out there and get tickets.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
It helps.
One anything you would like to leave us with?
I want to thank you for allowing us to have this platform to come and talk about this show and the reason that we're throwing this show. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of my sorority sisters. Keisha is one of them that's heading up the hospitality, but there's quite a few of them that are, in the background working as well, that are here with me. They're just not on film for whatever reason. But, I appreciate all of them. I appreciate you. I appreciate Mayor Hines. And it's been joyful to meet her. And because some days, I think she met me one day after church and I was bringing some supplies over and I was just frustrated because I'm not accustomed to when I'm reaching out and asking people to help do something, especially something as important as this, and they don't have the same enthusiasm I have of it. And sometimes it bothers me, because just as us as a race, we spend a lot of money out here to keep this country going, whether it's on shoes and bags and, our hair and this, that, and the other. And sometimes I've met with resistance when I've come to them and said, hey, we're throwing this. I've spent a lot of my own money, about 90%, to get all these people here, to come and help us celebrate or whatever. Can you guys come and assist or whatever? And when I met with that resistance, I'm like, wow, I don't really just understand that. Like, how can they not do it? And they're affluent and whatever. And I talked to Mayor Hines one Sunday. I was frustrated and she got me right on together and said, don't even worry about them. Just worry about what you're doing. And we're just going to keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. And that was wonderful. It was. So I was able to keep going. Even I hit a little low spell. Right after church, I said, usually I'm good in about 3 or 4 hours. What happened?
Deborah, I want to say I appreciate you too, allowing us to be on here. I mean, it's just really a struggle to do good. It's pretty easy to do wrong, and nobody's going to say anything. They're just going to let you. But it takes a little effort. It's HEART work, not HARD, but it's hard work when you're trying to do the right thing to be able to bless somebody else. You always come up against these walls, but it's okay. Walls are meant to crumble. They're meant to go around. They're meant to go over, and that's what we have to do. We have to just keep digging and climbing and going around the obstacles and not letting our circumstances, overcome us. And I think that's what we've done. And I love Lawan's attitude. Yes. She is a go-getter. She's a dogmatic at going after what she believes is right. Even calling me saying, what you need, just tell me right now. I'm going to do it right now. and she's good at her word. But I want to say this. I'm going to always remember you by this song. Me and Mrs. Jones, we had a thing going on. So we appreciate you for that thing that you did also today.
Hey, don't get me started.
I have family about mine too.
You really?
Harris and Hines. Yeah, my kids are Hines. I'm divorced, but yeah, we still have family on their side.
Okay.
On their side.
On their side. Let me
kids' side.
Let me see some of the AKA ladies back there. Tell them, come on, screen.
Come on. Yes, you have to do what she asked. Because I'm just going to turn it.
Come
Sarah.
on here, girl.
There she is.
Thank you guys for you guys are doing. Somebody else coming on? Oh, okay.
Huh? Oh no, it's somebody else. Come over here, Twin. Come on around this way. She's over there.
I know good and well. They're not shy.
No. She's not one of my sorority sisters, but she is definitely somebody that's helping. She's a sponsor. We had a caterer come in and sponsor all the food for all the production staff, for Chris Brown, Monica, everything. And she's the reason for it. It's somebody that's very dear to her, and she just asked them, and they said, sure, why not? It's a good cause. Mm-hmm.
That's why you need good people on your team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you need good people there. Okay, so the clock on the wall tells us that it's time for us to get out of here, and so, but let me get them off, my viewers off of there, but you guys stay on.
Okay.
So we thank you guys, but don't forget, let's support the Houston chapter. Let's support the Houston family, because they are family. Let's help support the Houston family with the concert, which will be November 21st, and don't y'all forget the next day my birthday.
We won't forget. We won't forget. Yeah, we got to call them a favor and get you a serenade. We got to get that done.
Right. And so let's go ahead and support them. And as always, I love y'all, and I appreciate you guys always supporting me for whatever I do. God bless you. God keep you as my prayer. If I can help somebody as I pass along this way, then I know that my living is not in vain. God bless you, and God keep you as my prayer. Smooches, y'all. Good night.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, y'all stay on.
Okay.